Welcome to Married AF. We are your hosts, Brooke and Randall Fowler. On this show, we discuss the topics that really matter.
Like big veiny cocks and our favorite TV shows.
So pull up a chair at our kitchen table and hang out.
While I bulldog my nuts.
Hello.
Well, hello there, fuckfaces.
Is that what we're going to call our listeners, fuckfaces?
Yes, we have the episode everyone's been waiting for. The man of mystery.
Hold on to your tits.
Yep. We got Miller McFly here in the house. Maybe a little blunt mommy mixed in toward the end. I think she held out as long as she could without getting on the mic.
I think
I'm
so
proud
too.
of her.
Mm-hmm. As am I. I think she kept leaving the room. From what I remember, let me scroll over and see. I mean, we talked to him for a good hour. I mean, it was fun though. I mean, we got to know Miller McFly a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And
if you're a super duper liberal snowflake, just bypass this episode. Just skip right on over it. We get a little bit into our. I think we cover a little bit of both, but definitely a lot of conservatism amongst this group.
I mean, because we start talking about
fiscally,
economics.
Yeah, Miller's a smart guy. He knows his shit.
Yes.
I like old Miller.
Mm-hmm. I do too.
I feel like if I knew his real name, I feel like his name would be like Stan.
I was thinking like Steven.
Or Mike.
I don't know.
Stan or Mike.
His anonymity is still intact after this, I suppose. Besides all the pictures of his face that are on the internet. So I don't know how that works.
With dildos on his forehead.
But it was fun. I really liked talking to him and Amanda.
We didn't cover any of the shit he wanted to actually talk about, so I'm sure we'll circle back with him.
He had an agenda as well?
Yeah.
Well, we always just take up a lot of time of
nonsense. That's what we do.
That's kind of our thing. But it was a good time, and we hope you fucks enjoy it.
Yeah. Jerk yourself off.
All right. I think we're good to go.
Yes, sir.
Wow, that does sound better. She's right.
Randall's just like,
I just don't care. I'm like, everything's fine. Who gives a shit? Sounds great. Awesome. All right. Well, welcome to Miller McFly. We have the first appearance.
Except for on Blunt Mommy.
That's where I was just going with it.
Oh, okay.
For a separate podcast that's not Blunt Mommy. Am I right about that, Miller? Are we the first?
That's correct. This is only the second guest show that I've been on.
Nice.
Or second podcast that I've been on.
Well, the first thing I wanted to say is the next one we're hoping is going to be Joe Rogan. That's the first thing that we share in common. I have a huge man crush on Joe Rogan. Brooke will tell you. He's one of my heroes.
He's his soul animal or spirit animal.
Yes. So, and I'm all about you getting on Rogan, and then you can just drop our name as where, your first official spot after Blunt Mommy.
We're only 1 degree separated from him because we had Mo Mandel on our show. We're basically best friends.
Yeah, and he was on Fighter and the Kid.
And he goes to the Comedy Store all the time, and boom, Joe Rogan.
Yeah, you're right. We're best friends with Joe Rogan is what we're saying. So we're gonna get you there is what we're
Well, Joe Rogan is the motherfucking tits. So
he is.
I'm super excited to use this as a stepping stone.
There you go.
Well, so how did you get into Rogan? I'm interested in that. See how that started. How long have you been listening to him?
I don't know. I guess I got into Joe Rogan with the UFC.
There you go.
I mean, I used to watch Fear Factor, but I didn't really get into Rogan until he was on the UFC.
Yeah. And how old are you, Miller?
34.
Okay, so yeah, you're not too far. So yeah, you're right there in the wheelhouse with Fear Factor.
They're in the lower 30s. We're higher.
Yeah, you just turned 40. I just hit the big 40, but I remember Fear Factor and Joe Rogan.
Hey, man, you got a 6-pack, though. That's all that matters.
I know. Well, I'm already starting to lose it again, is the sad thing. It was all part of that Fat Randy challenge. But the old Rogan...
That's how you got into him, too, right? Is
really the UFC.
UFC, yeah.
When he started with the UFC, I started watching pretty early on. You know, I like the early Tito and Ken Shamrock feud is probably about where right when Forrest Griffin fought Stephen Bonner on the first Ultimate Fighter, and they killed each other, and it just blew up from there.
Yeah, I used to live with a guy, and he went to a UFC event in Vegas, and they went out after, and Joe Rogan was there, and he gave him a high five, and I always thought that was cool.
Oh,
so I guess
nice.
I'm 1 degree separated from that motherfucker too.
Hell yeah!
Can you imagine how? I mean, I'm sure me and Brooke have dissected Joe Rogan very well, but he's pretty much an ape. If you look at his build, he's
Neanderthal.
Yeah, his fingers have to be like fucking kielbasa's, just short, stubby,
and hairy
brick bastards. But what I like about Joe and his podcast, I want to hear about your thoughts, is if you've listened to him over the years, he's changed his opinions on a lot of shit. He's always open-minded to change, right? He's not just like out there dumping the same old shit. That's what I dig about Joe, and the fact that you would never think he's as smart as he is. So I thought he was a dumbass before I started listening to his show, like just a comic
meathead.
Yeah, but he has some fucking crazy-ass guests on there all the time.
He's a very, very talented man. His podcast pulls in millions. I mean, millions a year, and he owns all of it. And, he's got his UFC gig, so that probably makes him a shit ton of money as well.
Yeah.
I mean, he's also a black belt in jiu-jitsu. I mean, he can kick those motherfuckers' asses. Like, he knows what he's talking about because he does it.
Oh, yeah, no shit. I mean, his Taekwondo black belt from his early career with that on the jiu-jitsu. He's definitely a trained killer. I just wish he would have fought Wesley Snipes. They had that agreement they were going to fight before Wesley Snipes went to prison for tax evasion.
All right.
They were going to do an MMA fight.
Well,
Wow, that's news to me, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
When was that? Was that like one of those MTV celebrity boxing matches or something?
No, it was early UFC days. They had agreed they were going to do an MMA fight, and Rogan would have kicked the shit out of him.
I know Wesley Snipes is like Taekwondo or something, isn't he?
He is Blade. Yeah, he's Taekwondo.
Yeah. Okay.
But one guy was talking shit to him on Twitter or something, and he's like, "You know what, dude? You want to talk shit? Come to my gym, and we'll fight." And the dude showed up, and Joe Rogan kicked his ass.
Oh shit, I remember that. He rolled with him and just tapped the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's like, "The dude, he talked shit, but at least he showed up.
No shit.
Put his money where his mouth is." So I think Joe Rogan, he earned Joe Rogan's respect by showing up and getting his ass kicked.
So do you dig Joe's stand-up?
I've never really watched any of his stand-ups.
There's another thing you and I have in common.
He's got one on Netflix. I need to watch it.
There's a couple on Netflix. There's a new one from, I think, 2018, and then there's another one from, I don't know what year, but like I always, when I see it come up, I'm like, oh, let's watch it. And Randall's like, oh, I just don't.
I can't look at him that way, Like I don't think he's that funny.
I heard he wasn't that funny, and we went to a UFC fight last year in Dallas, and he actually did a stand-up the night before the fight in Dallas, and we kind of wanted to go to it, but we didn't want to spend the money to go see Joe Rogan not be funny, so we ended up not going. But
all right,
yeah, I don't really get into a stand-up.
That's funny.
All right, well, I've already went off course once because we're supposed to introduce you, also tell that you are the partner or agreement holder with Amanda from Blunt Mommy, our cousin, I guess you would say, cousin podcast.
Yes.
I don't think enough people realize how close we started with Amanda. Like we were brand new together.
Mm-hmm.
Blunt Mommy and Married AF.
Yeah, I don't know anything about any of that.
Yeah, none of us knew Dick, and we were just starting out. Did you ever hear of any of her old episodes with Chris?
I've heard about him. I never listened to any of them.
Man, that guy.
She just steamrolled all over him. It was hysterical. It was awesome.
That poor bastard.
But, I mean, it was earlier. that episode where they came on, which is still up of ours, and Chris tried to ask, or asked Amanda if she would ask us to take it down.
We ain't taking that shit down.
Kick rocks, motherfucker.
Yeah, I heard about all that.
Yeah, never gonna happen.
But that was early.
I think he might have had designs on Amanda beyond being just friends.
Of course.
Oh, I called that immediately too, for sure. And here's where I'm gonna stand corrected. I'm a guy that's willing to eat crow. So when you came along, I was like, oh shit, I don't know how this is gonna work or not. You know, if Amanda's gonna, eat him up, chew him out, or spit him out, chew him out. Gonna chew his ass out, spit him out, or what? And I was doubtful. And then I think it wasn't but like a couple of weeks in, and you went on the first time you were on our show. And I told Brooke, I was like, all right, I like this guy. He gives it back to her. He's not going to get run over. And since then, I've been a fan.
Oh.
So you won me over pretty quick. I just enjoyed the fact that coming from Chris, where it came from, and I'm sure you've heard all the fuckery involved with that.
Oh, yeah. It was just like, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's
I'll
been the
take
subject of a few pillow talks.
Yeah.
So going from Chris, I want to know, how do you take Amanda's boner brigade or boner bros? Like how does that sit with you? Is it fun? Is it sometimes some guys make you feel sad for them or what?
No, it's fine. It's flattering, I guess. That I'm getting in that, and they just thinking about it. It's cool.
There you go.
I don't.
Solid answer.
I can hear Amanda.
I don't take offense to it by any means.
Go.
Yeah. Well, that's a great answer.
Yes.
Except for in like a joking, maybe sarcastic type of way.
Yeah.
Because she can handle herself too. She's not going to take any crazy shit. Like, I was so proud of, like, the Royal Rumble was crazy. Was fucking crazy. It was bananas. And, like, some people were coming in hot on Amanda.
Hard
and,
to
like, when she wasn't even on the line yet. And I was like, hang on, guys. Like, what's happening? And then, like, she got on the phone. She's like, what's up, motherfuckers? Y'all still want to talk shit about me? Like,
yeah, she was listening the whole time.
Well, of course. Well, yeah, they knew she was too. But it was just, like, some of it, I was like, ooh, what's going to happen? So I was so proud that she just came in and fucking laid the pipe and was like,
I know, and that's where I got exposed, and I didn't even realize it till, I don't know, Brooke was talking to me about it. The whole white knight thing for me, I just couldn't do it. Like, I thought I was going to be able to go hard at everybody and fucking joke and shit. And then it came time, and I was like, fuck, I can't do this shit.
Neither one of us
for me, man. I can't.
Neither one of us have that, like, in our DNA, that, like, roast. Like, I think it's funny when other people do it to each other, but I don't have it in me, and to necessarily take those, like, deep jabs.
Well, I can't fake hate you. I either really do,
right,
or I don't.
Right, correct. Me too.
Like, so I couldn't cut it off. But I agreed. Mad respect to Blunt Ma. She handled herself like a beast in that shit, big time.
Yeah, I understand. I don't know if I'd be able to cut too deep. I'd feel bad.
I know. I'm gonna feel bad, or I'm gonna end up getting so pissed that I'm like, fuck that. I'm heading on the road.
Right. Well, and then God forbid if somebody said something like, and like we can both take it from other people, but then like I would get more pissed if people were saying like truly hurtful shit about Randall. He would get like in the car and start driving somewhere if somebody said some real mean shit about me. So it's like,
I know. So we're waiting on. We're just bad at that.
I know.
Sometimes they hit home.
I know.
No shit. It's ridiculous.
The roast of Almy is going to be fun, though.
Yeah, I can roast Almy after we met him in person because I really do consider him a friend now. Like, they were fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You got to meet them, both you guys. They're fucking great. Almy and his wife are the tits.
They're so much fun.
Yeah, they're a good time.
Such a great description for anything.
No shit.
Anything good.
Well, let's do our shot here, babe. We hadn't done it. We're going to do our shot
Which one? Does it matter?
Miller, the big one.
The big one.
Yep. Here's to Miller.
Well,
cheers,
I'll be
Miller.
drinking. I'm drinking on my end too.
Cheers,
Amanda. Right. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. So.
Ooh, that was yummy.
I know. It's a grape cranberry mixed with the muscle vodka.
Beer was pretty good, too.
Yeah, I got that, too. Oh, by the way, before you move on, I heard on Drinks with Larry, somebody made the noise like, "Bleh," and then like Aaron started laughing. He was like, remember when Brooke and Randall would take shots all the time?
All the horrible ones?
All the horrible ones. And Brooke,
yeah.
Now we don't do that anymore because this muscle vodka is delicious.
Yeah, are you a Miller, and I know your name's Miller, so are you a strictly Miller Lite drinker too? Anti-Bud Light?
I mean, I drink Bud Light if it's free and somebody offers it to me.
There you go.
I'm not going to buy one unless that's all they have at the bar. I mean, I like to drink beer. I like my beer to be cold, and if I can get it free and it's not Miller Lite, then I'll take it.
There you go.
I agree. I'll pour out beer if it starts to get piss warm. I've got to have it cold.
I mean, I'll still pour it down my goozle pipe.
No, Randall's...
I'm garbage.
He's...
I'm a huge puss about it. That's the truth. All right, well, you did want to ask, and I'll just ask it. I had it down here for Brooke to ask, but I didn't get to shoot it over to her. And this is going to be the last question we ask about you and Amanda and y'all's agreement. But why haven't you guys, or have you ever discussed doing this for real, an official relationship? Because you guys are cute together. I think we got to acknowledge that, right, babe? You'd say they're a cute couple?
Absolutely.
Well,
He's like, click.
Yep, and I'm out.
I don't know. I just got out of a relationship, and I wasn't really happy in it, and I guess, I don't know. She's in the bathroom right now, but maybe she can offer some insight. But
so the doors, I mean, have you officially said, like, nope, it's never going to happen. I'm not doing it again? Which I get. All that's fair. You know, your guys' agreement, I think, is totally fair.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see where it goes. I mean...
There you go. Just roll with the punches.
Yeah, you're just going to...
See where the wind blows
chips fall where they may.
Yes.
Well,
way to go, babe.
So what are you going to do when Man Brain slides in there, though?
Into Amanda?
Yeah, babe.
I mean, I guess I'll cross that bridge when I get there.
Oh, man, old Man Brain. Do you dig? Have you listened to any of their stuff together?
I've listened to bits and pieces of a few different podcasts, and I've heard him. We actually had a little FaceTime chat the other night.
Oh, nice.
This weekend. So, yeah, he's a cool guy. I enjoy his accent.
I know, me
dude,
too.
His accent is the shit, man.
I'm such a fucking sucker for it.
Yeah, he could really say anything he fucking wants. Like, even when he digs at people.
I know, it's just cute.
It feels like it's, like, man, that's nice.
Like, aw, okay,
and
thanks.
I can do a few accents myself, but I can't get the Australian. I just can't do that one for some reason.
Yeah.
I love it. It's one. I think it's my favorite.
Well, I want to.
It's a good one.
I want to dive into something no one's talked about with Miller. Everyone associates Miller and Amanda. All right, we're done with that. I want to move on to, from following you on Twitter, I get the feeling that you are a conservative guy politically. And I don't talk about politics on the show. Kind of made it a rule. I heard your burp. By the way, but and I want to know if that's a stick. I feel like it's real, even when you're kind of being sarcastic. But I want to kind of go into pod. This will be the first time I really go into it because I consider myself a pretty conservative guy. So where do you lean on that? Am I right? Are you a conservative guy?
Yeah, I'd say generally speaking, yeah. I think I'm a little more socially in the center.
Sure.
But, as far as economics go, I'm pretty much right wing.
There we go.
I mean, that's what, social liberal, fiscal conservative.
Yep, that's exactly what I've always considered.
Kind of puts you in that libertarian area.
Libertarian,
you could be.
Yeah, that's probably a good description.
Yeah, that's fair. I would go there too. I think
I was a big Ron Paul fan, and that's another reason I got into Joe Rogan, because Joe Rogan was a big fan of Ron Paul back in the 2011, 2012 era. That presidential election.
Well, so speaking of that with Rogan, that's my only beef with Rogan is he's so slippery on politics.
He doesn't want to get pigeonholed.
I know, but and I'm fine with that. People that want to avoid it is totally fair because you're like that.
Yeah.
But he morphs into, and I've listened to every show he's ever done, so it depends on who his guest is. If his guest is a staunch liberal, he starts kind of sounding liberal. And that may be the genius of him, that he does
I think he's not trying to, create any conflict necessarily. I mean, like, he'll challenge people that come on his show, but, like, he's not trying to put anybody off. It's I fucking hate politics. So, like, but I think he's open-minded enough to see the viewpoint from both sides.
Yeah.
You know, like, I think
he just tries to dig down into the nuts and bolts and just see what's really driving these thoughts that people are having.
Yeah, when he started,
that's what I like about him. He's a real intellectual. Like, he's a great thinker.
Yeah, when he got into hunting real big, I think he had to reevaluate because he knew he couldn't be. You know, that took away a lot of the liberal ideals that was in his past, and because his whole thoughts on guns had to change, and he's a hunt nut now, and. Well, with bows especially, he's fucking. I don't know if you've listened to and you follow like Cameron Haynes and David Goggins from Rogan.
No, I'm not familiar with them.
Oh, they're both.
David Goggins doesn't really. I mean, he's
been on Rogan twice.
Yeah, no. I mean, like the hunting part.
Cameron just got him into hunting.
Oh, I thought it was just part of that like challenge that they did together of like who's.
Yeah, he had him a bow made and stuff. And teaching him, but. All right, so we got Miller as a social liberal, fiscal conservative. So basically, if I asked you, so you would be like me, you hate big government. Right. Yeah, I can't stand big government.
And when I'm on the Twitter, I like to own the libs. That's what I really like to do. It's one of my favorite things.
Totally fair.
Yes.
Owning the libs.
Oh, you just did that other shot without telling me.
I was just cheersing to him saying that because that's how
And sometimes I'll adopt a socially conservative position just to own the libs.
Sure. Well, half the time they're not even really upset. It's so much fake outrage out there that I can't.
Oh my God.
It makes me vomit.
All the outrage outrages me.
It does because nobody gives a shit. Stop pretending.
I know.
It drives me nuts too because I got friends that do it, man. And I'm like, get your balls out. You're full of shit. That doesn't bother you. Like this new Gillette commercial. Have you seen it? Have you heard the controversy?
No, I've heard about it. I haven't.
The one with the football player?
It's not even worth watching for me. It's like that shit is so like low on my priorities list. I didn't even fucking bother watching it. It's like I don't know if I'll get pissed off about it.
What Gillette commercial?
All right, I'll fill you guys both in. So Gillette just released basically their new campaign is men, Gillette razors known for men. The best a man can get has been the slogan for decades. Now their new slogan is basically men be better.
What?
Yeah, it's like quit being bullies, quit.
Is this like
it's Me Too.
A companion to Me Too. That's what I was going to say. Okay.
So all of the men's shaving products now are telling the men.
How about something about your face or like stay in your lane, Gillette? Like
preach.
Stay in your lane, bro.
Right.
Is that not what you think? That's exactly how I think. Great answer, babe, because I wouldn't have said that right. But I don't need you, Gillette. I don't need my razor company and the fucking shaving cream company telling me I'm a piece of shit.
No.
I just don't.
Yeah, I don't even fucking bother looking at that shit because I buy the cheap fucking throwaway razors.
Well, there you go. They're not gonna.
They're the ones that make the fucking Mach 3. Is that the Mach 3?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, fuck that. That shit's too expensive.
They are expensive.
Goes with the old. Damn, I'd murder my face. Those throwaways. But I never shave.
You don't shave your face, babe.
Yeah,
What are you
talking
talking?
Right. Not anymore.
Says the man with the giant beard.
I don't ever shave my face. I shave my neck.
Yeah.
And my balls.
Ooh, with a razor. You damn champion.
Yeah.
I clipper the balls. I can't
you
go
clipper
straight.
Everything.
I cannot clipper the balls. One time, I got a little. You know how you sometimes you get a little bit of skin.
Yep.
In between those.
Yep.
I've done it to Randall's neck.
Only got to do that once.
I did that the last time I shaved my balls 2 days ago.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Get a bleeder.
Yeah. I did that when I was in high school, and that was the last time I did it.
Those teeth on clippers, you know how they're modulate, you know, they're moving.
No, I've cut you on your neck. That's why.
So imagine ball skin that is as sweet and sensitive as a baby's ass.
It's
getting caught up in those fuckers.
No, I don't want to imagine that. That sounds terrible. It makes my butt pucker.
It bleeds immediately.
Well, of course it does. Yeah.
In a long time.
Profusely.
Like a head wound.
And never stops.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's still the only way. I can't go down there with a razor.
Oh man, it's so easy.
Jeez.
I mean, I shave my.
I can.
Yeah, I shave everything downstairs with a razor.
Damn, dude, but
In the
babe,
shower?
you gotta when you've seen me take a gash out of my head with a razor, and the divot that I took out. Imagine that on your balls.
You would just castrate yourself.
But
because you don't do any.
So much give.
He doesn't do anything like half like he does everything full throttle. No, like so he would very likely just.
Everything's aggressive, is what she's saying. It's not like.
It would be a trip to the hospital if he had like a.
I could do it pretty quick. I mean, I don't try to like not cut myself. I mean, I'm going to town.
Yeah.
The only time I ever cut myself was when I was shaving from the taint. I was shaving up, like back to front, and that little skin where God sewed you up.
Yep.
That thing runs only one direction, and it's opposite. It's from the balls to the ass. It's not from the ass to the balls. So if you shave from the ass to the balls, you're gonna go against the grain.
Well, that's. I mean, we agree on most things, Miller, but on this one, I gotta think you're a little crazy because that's like a big scar. Like you're absolutely right. It's like a sewing. It's like our damn hymn line.
Yeah.
Where they sewed you up. Putting a flat razor up that taint just sounds like a bad idea.
This is all.
Well, you don't put it up the tank. You put it down the tank. You go with the grain. No problem. I learned that one in high school too. About a week after I cut my balls with the clippers, I cut my taint with the razor.
Damn, you were.
Damn, so
ahead of the game.
Yeah, you're manscaped since
In
high school.
high
You don't ever
school?
grow out the ball fro or the.
Weren't you excited to have pubes like everybody else at like 14? Like, woohoo!
Yeah, but this was probably my senior year.
Or I guess. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know.
So I was 17.
I don't remember. It was 1997 when I was a senior in high school. There wasn't even much.
I was still working on my first piece, you know, trying to say to the girl, "Hey, you could put your mouth here.
You could put your face here. Yeah, it's inviting. It's not stinky."
Yeah, a big bushel's a no-no, man. I mean, I'm more of a trim guy. Like I'm cool with having some for a guy, but definitely you can't have a big ass bush.
No, neither. Like,
which is
it's
funny.
just uncomfortable.
I picture Jody B with a big bush.
Why?
I just do. I don't know why. I could be totally wrong. But
For me, I just don't like having hair down there because it's just fucking uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's
But
hot.
I like the girl to have a huge fucking bush.
You, sir, are a wild man. You crazy bastard.
I know. Amanda's posted damn near naked pictures on Twitter, so we know full well that she does not have any kind of buckwheat in a headlock in between her legs.
Or does she hide it well? Tuck it in?
I don't know.
Well,
Tuck it back like
last
Silence of the Lambs?
last few weeks, I told her to grow it out, so she had did that for a little while, but it's gone now. Sad day.
Yeah, if it gets longer than like a week for me, a week is like I'm like Jesus Christ.
Well, so what are your thoughts, Miller, on guys shaving their armpits? Because I shave my armpits. I hate armpit hair.
Same as with my balls. I don't like hair under my arms either, so I also trim my
All right.
underarms.
It's a good
Yeah.
man.
I don't shave them. I hit those with the clippers. Clippers work okay on that.
Yes.
I'm liking you more, bro.
Yes.
That's a sad dude. I can't stand guys with big nasty.
Well, 'cause
I immediately am like, you stink.
you
bro."
stink.
I've never noticed it.
Amanda just looked at me with these crazy eyes, like, "What are you talking about?"
Well,
Like,
what's funny is that I never met a guy that did it either before Randall, or at least that I knew of, but I greatly appreciate it. I mean, because then I look at my stepson, Randall's oldest son's arm, he's about to be 14.
Bush.
Been shaving since he was 11, and he's got a huge bush under his armpits. And I'm like, Griffin, those have to stink.
I've made
bad.
him shave them a couple times.
That
Probably
is
right.
not going to smell good. He's got a girlfriend. I'm like, dude, come on, man.
I try to teach him the ways, man. Like, that's just an unnecessary stink pot, you know? Like, why have it? Just get rid of it.
Yeah.
It's fucking foul.
Yeah, it's another thing. It's just real easy to get rid of.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's interesting. I wouldn't. I'm usually not sure about that. Most guys are like, what the fuck, man? Why you shave off your damn armpit hair?
You know how much armpit hair you would have if you didn't? It would be obscene.
Atrocious.
You have so much body
Yeah,
hair.
are you a hairy bastard too, Miller?
Not really.
Not a hairy chest?
I mean, I've got hair. It's like, it's not thick. It's like kind of
Look
kinda wavy.
Look at your arms and your legs.
My arms are kind of hairy. My legs are a little hairy, but from a distance, you can't really tell.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I've got dark hair on my arms.
Can you
The
see
hair on
it?
my
Yeah,
legs
he's
are-
got black hair, like dark hair though, so I could see Miller have. But yeah, I mean, Randall's got a. If he didn't manscape and we didn't take care of all of it, he would have a sweater on at all
easily.
times. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
hang
I
on,
know
let me.
people that way, but
What-
I'm not like the kind of guy that takes his clothes off. Like if I go to shirtless to a pool,
Yeah.
nobody would be like, "Oh my God!"
Well, we take care of
What
all
the
that
fuck,
with
man?
Randall.
No, yeah, we should.
Even if I don't do anything.
Oh, well, that's good. I mean, yeah, we got you, baby.
Oh, but I got no problem with it. I can grow
So-
more chest hair than any man on this planet. Can't grow a lick on my head though.
Hey.
Fucking
Yeah.
sucks. That's where Rogan made the mistake when he did the hair. He tried the hair transplant.
Now he's got that scar on the back of
And
his
he's
head.
got that nasty smiley face on the back of his neck where they had to take the fucking
Smiley face.
strip.
Hey, so I just heard something in your accent, Miller, that just warms my heart. The way you said Harry. Where in Louisiana are you from?
Right outside of Baton Rouge.
Okay.
Yeah, Brooke went to LSU. I don't know if you know that, Miller.
No, I did not.
Yeah. Well, and I lived in.
But that's awesome.
I
I
have.
never went to LSU.
I went to LSU for 3 years, and then I transferred to Georgia because I was out of money in Baton Rouge, and my parents lived in Georgia, so I transferred to Georgia and graduated from there, and then moved back to Baton Rouge, and so in total I lived in Baton Rouge for like 7 years, and I fucking loved it so much. And then
It's a cool place at this time of the year.
yeah, I mean, I loved it. It's always, I mean, I'm a gigantic Saints fan, and Louisiana is like, it's home.
Who dat?
Home away from home. Fuck yes, who dat? And but oh fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say.
You're talking about his accent. Did
Yeah.
you hear something
Yes,
that you just
it
knew
just
of?
sounded like he was from like somewhere over towards Lafayette, like outside of Baton Rouge.
I don't know.
I don't know anything about that. so-
It was real subtle. I just love it. It just makes me happy when I hear shit like that. And when we're watching TV or something, I'll always point it out. I'm like, that motherfucker's from Louisiana.
Yeah, it's funny. Louisiana accents are so funny because it's country and black. You know, like
There's a lot of different accents in Louisiana.
Cajun.
Yeah, there are.
Well, and it's where you're from. It's a small state, and then it's like very specific accents for where in Louisiana you're from. Like New Orleans is completely different than like, you know, over by like Lafayette, Butte La Rose, Baton Rouge. Yeah.
New Orleans is very different.
Yes. Or
My
like
next
West
door
Bank.
neighbors from New Orleans.
Yeah.
And then North Louisiana, which is where I went to school, it's country. I mean, it's basically Arkansas.
Uh-huh.
That's where, that's where Amanda. She's from Pineville,
Pineville.
That's not all the way north. That's that's central.
but that's getting up there.
But that's
getting
why
up
it's
there.
just more of like a southern
Halfway up
accent.
there.
Yeah, but it's just more like, yeah, it's just more country. Like, but, and then like Lafayette, like Baton Rouge and West is like more coon ass, and then like New Orleans is like,
What is coon ass? Does anyone else know? What is coon ass?
it's like,
I mean, what is the language or what is the word? What is the etymology?
Yeah, what does it mean? Is that a
Oh,
region?
it's just a Cajun person.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's an endearing term.
It is.
I don't think anybody that's not a coon-ass, if they called somebody a coon-ass, I don't think a coon-ass would be offended by it.
No.
Well, hopefully not. For fuck's sake, everyone's too offended nowadays. I'm offended and I don't even know what y'all are talking about.
It's kind of a term of endearment, whether it's two coon-asses talking together or, a non-coon-ass talking to a coon-ass. It's fine.
It is.
Well, aren't most of the things that offend everybody nowadays, most of them terms of endearment that people have just decided to be bullshitters about and
Kinda.
fake outrage? Fucking drives me nuts.
No?
People are
Fuck
not.
those motherfuckers.
You can't say anything nowadays without your ass puckering, like if you're going to piss somebody off or.
And I think if one person heard it, they wouldn't be offended. But it's like when a group of them get together.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God! Then it's like, let's form a mob.
Yeah. Get the pitchforks and the torches.
Yeah, so I've got to go back on my word. It's because I've got to ask about it. So, what were your thoughts about putting yourself out there this much on a podcast that's, so naughty in nature? Were you apprehensive at first? Were you good with it immediately, or what?
This one or the
No, Blunt Mommy. Yeah.
Oh no,
this one too. We're definitely garbage, but Blunt Mommy, at least she has.
I don't have any problems with it. It's fine. It's all good.
So the very first picture that I remember you taking on cover art was the one with the silver balls on your eyes, the damn ass pounder stuck to your forehead, and I was like, holy shit! Either this guy's got the biggest dump truck balls on planet Earth.
Uh-huh.
Or this poor guy just got duped into a picture that he's going to regret forever. I now understand it. I'm sure you were just like, this is awesome. I'm in.
Yeah, it was totally fine. And then, some of my friends saw it because they follow Amanda on Twitter and they asked me about it.
They're blots now.
Oh.
Well, she blocked them. So anyway, she's like, so my friends saw it and they're like, we saw that picture where you were passed out and she put all that shit on your face. And I was like, yeah, I was totally passed out. I can't believe she did that.
Smart.
Right.
That's the way to play it. Dude, I can't believe she did that shit to
It's
me.
fucked up. Oh, well,
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to go have sex with her. Bye.
Yeah. And that's the last I heard.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Yeah, so of course, you've got to go with the what would you call it when you use is it a stage name, a moniker of the Miller?
Pseudonym?
A pseudonym. Yeah, just to,
Alias.
Alias. Way easier.
There you go. We're getting way too many syllables.
Yeah. Just because nowadays, fuck, man, I don't even know if we're using our real names here. We may not be. We may have made ours up just for this show.
Sure, pal. Uh-huh.
But is that what it's for? Like, you just never know. They're going to take it the wrong way if they heard it.
I don't know. Maybe I'll run for office one day. I just don't want people looking up in my Twitter and seeing fucking ass pounders on my fucking forehead.
Yeah, that would kill you. But
not a good look for a politician, but
don't go into politics though, man. I tell all my friends because
ever do that.
I considered it. I started getting really involved in the GOP here in our little neck of the woods here in Georgia for a little bit.
You weren't considering getting into politics.
I sure as fuck was. I chaired a jurisdiction.
Huh?
And then I was like, you know what? No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it, just because it ruins good people. Like, they'll fucking find all your baggage.
Yeah.
I'd rather just be cool.
You don't want people poking around in our past, baby.
God, no. I don't know about Miller.
Yeah, I'm definitely not planning on getting into politics, but things change.
Well, maybe one day this pendulum will finally swing the other way and everybody will be like, that's the thing, honestly, and I'm going to go ahead and say it, that I liked about Trump was he's got so much fuckery that I was like, shit, if this guy can make it with his past, anybody can. And the fact that he just plows straight through his bullshit. Like, nothing
Head on. Take it on head. Head on.
He doesn't give two shits.
That's for sure.
But Yeah. So what's your take on Trump? How do you think he's doing?
I don't want to talk about Trump.
I know, but I got to talk to Miller about it.
Okay.
The thing about Trump is I like a lot of his policies. I like a lot of what he does. I don't like a lot of the way he does it.
Amen.
It's hard to explain.
I know exactly what you're saying.
I like his policies. I don't really like his demeanor.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, he takes his bullshit head on. And if that's the only way that those policies can get implemented, then fuck, go for it.
I'm looking forward to doing our taxes this year. I want to see what that's all about. Isn't it put like whatever he did?
Yeah, we're gonna get some.
You looked unsure.
No,
we're not getting money back. We're never gonna get money back.
We're gonna get more credit.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're never gonna get.
The thing that's pissed me off for the 5 years that we've had a child is fucking. I was pumped about having a kid and having that. I mean, everybody's been like, "Oh shit! Wait till you do your taxes. It's gonna be
get that child tax credit,
right?" Oh, but wait. Apparently, Randall and I make too much money, and we only have one kid. Womp womp. No tax credit for us.
Yeah, it ends up getting eaten up.
Zero. It's literally like, oh, we're sorry. You make too much, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What? We're not rich.
No,
like, what
God,
the
no.
fuck?
I hate taxes. I'll tell you straight up. I don't want to pay a fucking cent in taxes.
Randall would be a fugitive from.
I want to pay as little tax as possible. I want as few government programs as possible. I say shut them all the fuck down, except for the military, and we'll figure the shit out.
But let's fucking pay our government employees, goddammit, and not.
Yeah, we don't have to shut them down. But in Trump just signed a law today that is going to get all these government employees their back pay.
Now, I mean, TSA employees are fucking peddling for groceries.
They're not going to get it until the shutdown's over, but for this whole time it was shut down, they will be paid.
Well, of course they will, but that doesn't do any good now.
Well, and you can't blame Trump for that, though. That's what I say. No, you can't. If you look at the numbers and the votes, the fucking Dems are just as much at fault as the Republicans.
I just don't think it's fair. These poor people had to go to work for
it's
a
not
week
fair. It
and
sucks.
still not get paid.
It totally sucks.
They can go get a private sector job.
Yeah, they can. That is true. They can get rid of that cush ass government job.
Of course, maybe this was the kick in the pants they needed to not work for the fucking TSA. Because good lord, I can't imagine how awful that job is.
They're not going to leave their government job.
I just heard today that if they're furloughed for 30 days or more, then they can start getting laid off. Like the government can start laying their fucking asses off.
Yikes.
Yeah, so I don't like the government.
Maybe this is a blessing in disguise. I mean, who knows?
Jeez. But yeah, I'm excited to see if whatever he changed on the taxes, if we actually get a fucking child tax credit. Because I'm like, oh, well, we need to have more kids.
Well, I mean,
I did mine today, as a matter of fact.
Jesus.
Nice.
Overachiever. It's January 16th, for fuck's sake.
I was waiting on one document. I got it in today, and I just went online to see what my refund would be. So I pulled up this tax calculator. It was TurboTax calculator.
That's what we use. TurboTax.
After I entered all the information, I was like, you know what? Why don't I just go ahead and file right now?
Yeah.
So between 2:00 today and like 5:30, I fucking put all my information in and filed my taxes. And I get this is $12,000. That's not my refund. That's just like the credit. It's like the credit that everybody gets. And if you're
the standard deduction or whatever.
Yeah, but it's like itemized deductions, like the child credit is like gone unless you're above that $12,000. Then you get the most of either one or the other. So whichever one's more, that's the one you get. Because I had
we itemize the shit out of our deductions. Do you have a kid, Miller?
What's up?
Do you have a kid?
No, I don't have a kid.
Oh, okay.
But I had some other deductions that, because they didn't add up to the 12,000, that I just automatically got the 12,000 because that was more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if it had been more than 12,000, I would have gotten that one instead. So.
Yeah, so you get the best option.
Right.
Yeah, you get the best of either.
Yeah. Well, that's why I love the TurboTax thing, but it also tells me to go fuck myself because we only have one kid. I'm like, well, no wonder people have 12, 13 fucking kids.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, though, everybody gets mad at me when I when I say how much of a fiscal conservative I am. It just chaps my ass when I see all these government programs that I want shut down because I'm paying for them.
Right.
And fuck that.
Well, no, anytime I look at my paycheck and like actually look at the gross money that I made and then like the net, and I'm like, fuck my life.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Randall, you are lighting a fire under my ass with this whole government program bullshit.
So now there's that.
This whole Louisiana SNAP EBT food stamp program. Ugh.
Oh, snap.
Well, that's not even where I'm going with government program. I'm talking about unnecessary spending that's flagrant in our government. I'm not really talking about the social programs, and because I'm all about helping single moms and people that are low income. But when you got 17 committees that meet to discuss education and only one of them gets shit done, I say cut the other 16 of them. You know?
Yeah.
The fuckery there is where my big issue is. It's not with helping out people that need a
but
helping
also
hand.
like I'm also off. And I don't want to like sound like I'm tooting anybody's horn. Did Trump implement something where you had to take a drug test to get welfare?
They were talking about that. Do you know, Miller? He was talking about that.
That's a state-by-state issue.
Yeah,
Okay.
state by state. Some states did it.
Louisiana ain't never gonna do that.
The results that I've read per people, I have not done my own research, but the results were like, oh, they didn't find anything, like just enormous.
What?
To where it would make a difference. Believe me, if they pop drug tests in Louisiana,
Save a lot of money.
these motherfuckers will be losing food stamps like fucking dropping like flies.
Well,
Georgia too.
listen, this will be the only podcast anyone ever hears where I go this hard in the paint about politics because I don't want to be, I'm already going to be known as a dick now, but if you really want to tear my ass up, if I'm standing in line at fucking Walmart or Kroger, I have no problem when people are using their food stamps, their programs.
No,
I
not
love it.
either. I mean, that's.
But when
I know plenty of people that got by with that shit.
When they've got a newer iPhone than me,
right,
better clothes than me, cooler shoes than me, then I'm like, man, what the fuck, man?
Right.
Or if somebody that I know that's been unemployed
they got $600
for the last
on.
6 years and they get a tax refund and I don't,
Yeah.
I want to go and rip dicks off. That's where my
EBT
program.
card should only be able to be used to buy certain foods.
Well, they are. I mean, you can't buy anything. Like, yeah. I don't know.
They're supposed to be like a kind of
It's
a checklist.
pretty restricted. I mean, I know even back in like the early 2000s when one of my best friends was on it, and it was like I was in college and she came and like bought me groceries because her kid was staying with his dad for like a month. And she's just the sweetest ever. And she came and bought me groceries. And she was like, okay, we can't get this. Just this. And then we had to like separate everything out that we couldn't buy, like beer and shit.
Yeah, I remember whenever I was in high school, I worked at a grocery store. And there was this program called WIC.
Oh, I remember WIC.
Women, Infant, and Children is what it stood for. But they could only buy certain brands of certain foods. And they could only buy certain foods. And I was like, why don't they do that with the food stamps where you can only buy dry beans, and
You can't live off of dry beans.
Well, you could. I mean, it would suck.
You could, but it's not.
And
but they could buy all this exotic shit.
Yeah, no, like you were saying
Salmon.
that, they can only buy certain foods. I will be in Albert. I usually go to Albertsons, but if I go to Walmart to go like big grocery shopping, there will be a buggy in front of me with steaks and shrimp and fish, and like junk food out of the fucking ass.
Twinkies.
And then they just swipe that little EBT card, and I'm like, fuck you.
And you ought not be able to buy that shit.
No, you shouldn't.
Well, and they wonder why we're so fucking fat as a country.
Right.
It's because the fucking shit is so cheap, the garbage food.
Well, yeah.
And that's what you see everybody fucking eating and getting. I'm 100%, I'm on board with what Miller said. Fucking the dry beans, the eggs, fucking, You know, if the government's got to pay for it.
Milk and water.
Yeah. You know, if it's coming out of my tax dollars, and, you know, everybody's going to be like, I'm being a dick, but, you know, I want to know where the shit's going. I want to see the earmarks and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's my fucking money.
They wonder why people like Americans don't want to do the jobs that immigrants will do. Because if fucking American taxpayers buy all this fucking really nice food for these motherfuckers, you take that shit away, those motherfuckers gonna clean hotel toilets, believe me. They gonna pick that fucking whatever. They gonna pick that.
Oh, believe
crop.
me, for sure. I mean, I've been broke before where I'd take any job known to man. You know, whatever it takes, you know, to have a job.
And see, like, when it comes to government assistance, you know, I'm a single mom. I don't get child support. I don't live off of the government. I support myself and my son on my money only. So it pisses me off. Like, when it comes to, like, food stamps and stuff and government assistance, it pisses me off. Like, I feel like it should be a temporary thing. But a lot of people in Louisiana...
Yeah, like a time limit. Yeah.
That was Amanda, wasn't it? Yep.
Of course it was Amanda.
Her burps have a signature like yours do. Everybody's has a signature.
A lot of people in Louisiana just fucking lay down and have babies, and they don't get on birth control.
And keep collecting the food stamps and the WIC.
They get on WIC, which WIC is fine. I was on WIC when I was pregnant with Aiden.
Nothing wrong with WIC at all.
Literally, we couldn't even get beans back in the day. It was like
formula,
milk. It was formula, milk, water, and some other shit. But
nothing buys diapers
all
though,
these
which is
people
fucked
are just
up.
fucking laying down having babies, and then they get $500, $600 a month in food stamps, and I'm sitting here, you know, paying my money, dropping like $200 of my money because my kid is a fucking monster when it comes to food. And it's just like, bruh, it utterly disgusts me.
It's rampant in Baton Rouge too.
Check this out.
Yes, it is so disgusting.
It's all over, and it's
sick to my stomach.
And it's the more kids you have, the more money you get on those cards. So it's like, let's have more kids because then we'll get more money.
It's disgusting. It pisses me off.
Well, throw this on there. Then you got Joe or Jill or Jack or whoever the fuck their name is, and not only they're collecting their government money, their programs for food, whether it be EBT, whatever. Then they go and they claim disability and get it. And they're 1,000 times healthier than me without my injuries.
Disability.
And they're getting full disability benefits also, robbing the government. We know people, we got friends whose parents do that shit, and it drives me fucking insane. Ain't no fucking thing wrong with them.
Doubling down,
but they're getting their full-blown disability, and I'm like, bitch, you ain't doing nothing. Then they get their disability, they get their welfare, and they get a fucking return on their taxes every year. How in the fuck does that happen?
And then we're busting our ass every day, and we owe the government every year.
How does that happen?
Exactly. See, I did not want to bust in and talk on the podcast where y'all are, interviewing Miller, but this kind of shit pisses me the fuck off.
Yeah. Well, like, I get pissed off every time.
I was in Walgreens the other day, and I was, getting my beer and my cigarettes, whatever. There was this woman in front of me, had her nails done, had some sweet ass Nike shoes on, had a perfect, like, probably the prettiest wig I've ever seen. I could tell it was a wig, but it was still fucking pretty.
It costs a lot of money.
But swiping, like, for candy bars with a fucking EBT card.
Christ.
Like, bitch, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here.
Why can you buy Snickers?
You don't need, Snickers that bad. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Ugh.
Y'all done got her going.
Yeah.
We got her fired up.
Well, and that's what people get so mad at Trump, because she sounds like Trump right there. That's how Trump kind of describes it.
Oh, don't say that.
Oh, no.
Don't do that.
There's nothing wrong with that. I support him on that, and that's one of his viewpoints I agree with strongly. But he gets doused for no reason, just because that's his opinion on that issue.
Well, for no reason, because he does go fucking off the chain with shit he says, and like, you're the president.
Well, see, that's where I gotta. That's a great point. So I wanted to ask Miller about that.
Chill out, motherfucker.
I think all of his fuckery is 100% thought out. I think he knows it. It's all part of his fucking plan. He doesn't mind pissing people off. He's a rich, ugly orange man.
He for sure doesn't mind pissing people off.
No.
He enjoys it.
I think it's
He used to be quite dashing.
You did in the 80s. After the 80s, it went bye-bye.
All the cocaine.
I don't think he's ever done coke,
Yeah,
drugs, drinking.
I think he's a straight edge motherfucker.
I agree.
I don't know.
I think he's too
Except the hookers.
he's too ornery. The only thing is why hasn't he fixed his hair, Miller?
Can't knock the man for that.
Why hasn't he fixed his hair with all of his money?
He likes it.
You got any idea, Miller?
None.
That drives
Some
me the
people
most.
really like their fucking hair. I used to know this guy. He had a wig. It was nasty.
Oh,
He looked
no.
like Trump. He had a wig.
A wig?
An orange fucking mullet.
Terrible.
Sounds awesome.
It was the worst wig you ever seen in your life, and it was kind of expensive. So he went to hospital, and they took his wig, his brother, threw it out the window.
Yes, good idea.
He left the hospital and had another wig the next day.
Oh.
How much are wigs? Are they really expensive?
Well, remember when Susan had cancer?
Uh-huh.
And she bought one, maybe two, like, and of course those were like really good quality.
Yeah.
It was like $200 a piece.
Shit, I thought they were like the old costume store, like $5.99.
Right. No, you can go to Party City or like Spirit Halloween and get one for $10. But if you want one that actually looks like your hair, like it's gonna be like the ones that Susan never wore it either when she lost her hair. She just wore do-rags and shit. But
yeah,
it was like super high quality. Like I don't know I think it was human hair. It was like the Locks of Love shit. I'm sure.
Well, do you think Miller? Do you think Trump's gonna get reelected?
It's gonna be a tough race.
I don't think he is, honestly.
I said from the jump I thought he was a one-term president.
Yeah.
That would ruffle enough feathers and piss enough people off that it would be a good thing.
Yeah.
I don't know though if a Democrat's going to beat him. I don't know who's going to run. Fucking Pocahontas?
She's running. A bunch of people have announced already.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Warren. I think she's announced.
She's a joke.
Yeah, Pocahontas isn't going to get elected. Let's be real.
What about The Rock? What about Dwayne Johnson?
Yeah.
He might. I doubt it.
He's not.
Now's the time when people are announcing this shit.
Now's the time for fucking like somebody like Oprah or somebody to come out and run.
Oprah's not going to ruin her brand.
That's not bad. Like
I think 5 or 6 have announced already.
But you know what's
Kamala
fucked up?
Harris has announced. Kirsten Gillibrand, she's a senator up in New York. She's announced. Julian Castro, he's a congressman out of Texas.
That's a tough name to run.
He was the HUD director under Obama.
Oh.
So yeah. We had a Hussein as president now. A Castro's running.
Right.
I don't know, man. I don't think people don't give Trump's base enough credit, man.
I feel like he kicked the door open though for somebody that's a celebrity to come in and try and run, and then like they would never give him credit for doing that. You know, like, because if a celebrity came in, of course they'd be Democrat, but like he's the one that fucking opened the door.
Well, really, Arnold did. He was just governor. For president,
president.
Yeah, but Arnold was.
And Jesse Ventura.
If Arnold could have been president, he would have.
Jesse
been.
was
Jesse
first.
Jesse was first.
Yeah.
So Jesse Ventura was first then.
That was Minnesota, though. Who cares?
Randall.
And then Al Franken, he was also Minnesota.
Oh my God, Al Dirty Dick Franken.
Al Franken's a fucking scumbag. He just creeps me out.
He is creepy. He's always deep thoughts guy for me.
I was just about to say, he's forever the guy from Saturday Night Live that was creepy on there.
He was the guy that had that skit that was like,
yeah.
Doggone it, people like me. Look in the mirror.
Stuart Smalley.
Yes.
It all depends on who gets nominated. I mean, Beto hasn't announced yet, but I think he'll be a tough opponent.
He's 1,000, isn't he?
Yeah, I think Flake's talking about running.
Beto's young. Beto just ran for senator of Texas.
Oh, I thought you said something else. Okay.
Well, he didn't get his ass kicked. He actually ran a pretty close race in Texas.
Oh, I thought you said something
Yeah,
else.
don't you think Jeff Flake might run? He's talked about it.
Jeff Flake's gonna get his fucking ass kicked. Jeff Flake don't have a goddamn chance.
I don't know any of these.
Nobody
names
has a chance on the Republican side. Trump's gonna fucking wax the floor just like he did last time.
A Republican can come in? I thought
Yeah,
incumbent.
if the GOP decides not to give Trump the nomination
Shut
again.
the fuck up. He's the sitting president.
That's usually the standard, but
it's never happened, right?
I don't know if it's
happened.
before.
It has?
It happened. Ronald Reagan ran against Gerald Ford in 1980.
There you go.
And lost.
Wow,
Gerald Ford ended up losing to Carter.
Check out
Isn't it so hot?
Check out the big brains on Miller.
Nice.
Isn't it so hot?
I'm like, huh? I was one. I don't know.
Yeah, but did you guys know that Gerald Ford played football at Michigan?
No, but I know Ronald Reagan was an actor.
And a good high school football player.
And wasn't he in the military too?
I don't know if Reagan was in the military. Do you, Miller?
I'm thinking of Elvis.
I'm not sure.
I don't know, but Reagan was the first divorced president, I believe.
Huh? What? Not to Nate?
No, he was
before
a divorcee,
Nancy?
though. Yeah, he was divorced early in his political career. Fun fact for you.
Oh, were you like a political science major or some shit? Or are you just like a fucking, just a sponge of history and everything?
Option B. I was not a political science.
Oh, okay.
I was a business major.
All right.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I'm business management.
You're the same too. I mean, I don't know everything I know about anything politics. I learned from either my dad or Randall. And any election, I basically go, when I lived at home, I went with whatever my dad said, which was highly unpopular with all my friends because they were like, "You voted for who?" I was like, "I do what my dad says because I don't fucking care about any of these issues, and I trust him. He's
a graduate of VMI, very conservative.
He was in the Air Force.
Yeah.
So was my dad.
Oh,
very cool.
Yeah. We're Air Force babies.
Yeah.
Well, so I wanted to see, what'd you think of Bush Sr.'s funeral, Miller? Did you tune in to all that like I did? I watched every bit of it I could.
No, I didn't tune in. I just caught, the headlines.
It was like 3 days long.
Yeah, but I just felt so good about him finally getting his due because he was, you know, he got shit on. He was a one-term president. Big Dick Bill came in and
But they were like BFFs.
I know, he handled it well, but he got beat by the first kind of pop culture candidate, which is what Bill was. He came on. Bill jumped on Arsenio Hall, played the sax like he was the first. He smoked a doobie but didn't inhale.
Well, and Bush Sr. I think was like, "Ha, you got me."
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and Ross Perot kind of fucked him on that.
Perot did fuck him. You're 100% right. That's why he lost.
I lived in Texas during that time, by the way.
Fucking Ross 90s. Perot. I forget about him. That little bastard. That little rich fucker.
Yeah, he fucked him. He was a spoiler.
So were you a fan of W?
I didn't really get into politics until maybe 2010, 2011.
Oh wow.
So Obama?
Yeah, I got in once Obama was the president. Yeah. And it was just I was anti-Obama from jump.
Can you imagine if we had a president with the charisma and swagger of Obama, but with the conservative viewpoints of Trump?
Yeah. And the cojones.
Shit. And it's like the media would tear them apart no matter what.
Well, of course they would. It doesn't matter who it is. One of the sides is going to fucking rip them to shreds.
Can you imagine if Dirty Dick Bill was president now with Facebook and shit, though?
Shit. He'd be...
Jesus Christ. Dirty Dick Bill would be on, like, this podcast. Like, he's so dirty. He'd be like, shit, I'll call in. Shit. Give me some ass. Hell.
That's hilarious.
Old Dirty Dick Bill. Hey, Amanda.
Yeah.
You were in the shitter when we asked Miller. When we asked Miller this question earlier.
Same room.
I know.
We were asking if he thought there was any potential for a full-blown relationship with you guys, because Brooke has voiced to me many times her concern and that she thinks you guys are a cute couple.
Oh, we are cute together. I will not deny that. We're fucking cute as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
We have fun.
Yeah, we have fun, and we're just it's very fluid.
It's exactly what Miller said, by the way.
We're going with the flow of things. If something,
Did y'all rehearse this?
No, not at all.
It's literally
I've said it in my
exactly what
previous
he said.
podcast. I've used the same thing. This is very fluid. I have said it before.
Uh-huh.
If this happens to turn into something, then whatever. But we're enjoying ourselves right now. And as long as he doesn't fuck anybody else again, things are good.
There you go. You all just do you.
Hey, and
Randall just likes to
support
push.
that.
He likes to nudge, but I will give you credit, baby. And I was with you on this one. So we had some friends that we used to go out on the lake with a lot. He had several different girlfriends. There was one that he brought around right when I got pregnant with Gunnar that we absolutely adored. He dated her for a while. And then all of a sudden he broke up with her, and Randall rode his ass when he broke up with her and was like, "Motherfucker, that's the best girl you're ever going to have. What are you thinking?" He would literally text him and be like, Did you get back together with her yet? And then yada, yada, yada. Now they're married.
5 years later.
Yeah, it's been a smooth, we fucked, in 2017. That was the first time we fucked, when he broke up with his ex-girlfriend. And then he decided to get back with her. And, he dated her. And then we started fucking last July. So we've been fucking for a really long time. But it's just fluid.
So you guys aren't allowed to fuck anybody else, though, except each other? Without permission.
That's what I say. But he already fucked that up.
So it's like you have to just check with each other beforehand kind of thing?
No, you just don't do it.
Well, then so you're boyfriend, girlfriend.
No, we're not.
Come on now.
That's those terms are disgusting. We're not into the relationship.
Okay.
No labels.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we see each other on Wednesdays, and then we hang out on the weekends, and we never talk on the phone.
Well, who does?
Well, what are you? You're not 12.
Who does? Yeah.
You're not 12 in the 1990s.
Okay. But I DM'd Randall today because I have not texted with Miller since Sunday.
I saw that. I was like, what's happening here?
I DM'd Randall and be like, what did this fucker tell you to do? I don't know if I'm supposed to bring my shit over or not, because we have not texted since Sunday.
That was funny. I thought Amanda was tearing into my ass.
I was
when
too.
I read it.
I was like, ooh.
I was like, huh? Are you mad at me? What'd I do?
I was getting my popcorn ready. I was like at work or working here. Like, shit. What'd you get yourself into, baby?
I was like, I hadn't heard from him, and I was like, I know y'all had, and so I was like, I don't even know what to do, but I was like, I'm gonna bring my shit over there anyways.
I didn't even know you were gonna be there. It's just a nice surprise for me.
Well, here's what I want to give you guys credit for. That I think it's the most responsible arrangement that I've ever heard of. The fact that you guys both got tested, that's incredible.
That's a very, I mean, excuse
what
my
the hell?
term, but
I've never heard of that
thing to do. I think
here's the thing. I got tested, and then he told me that he had dipped his foot into another lady pond.
Went off the reservation.
Uh-oh.
He did.
Went rogue.
You better go get that blood test.
He did. He went on a hiatus, and then I told him, okay, you need to go get tested. I'm not doing it. I literally just got tested.
You shut that shit down.
And he did. He sent me a picture when he was at the doctor and everything. So.
And you shut it down until he got tested? I fucking respect that.
So as long...
Well, it had all happened pretty quick. Like, she found out, and then...
No, I didn't find out. You told me.
She found out because I told her, and then...
That's a good. That's the way to find
But,
out.
Brooke, the thing is, he was so drunk that night, he does not remember anything that he told me that night.
Ooh. That's a tough one.
But at least, like, okay.
Well, at least it's out though. Y'all have been able to air it and move on.
And from him, the worst thing is to find out from somebody else and then have that whole drama.
Yeah, if I would have found out from somebody else, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't be.
I would have been like, "Look, I need to come get my sex toys," and then that would be like, it.
Yeah, bye bye. Yeah.
Yeah, bye bye.
Oh, you need to. If I die, you need to come get those. You need to come over here, talk to Ed. He's got my key. You need to get that shit, and then
okay.
Your family would find him and be like, "It was him on the internet."
I told y'all.
Told y'all that was that motherfucker.
That shit's funny.
But as long as he does not step out of the boundaries again, we will just continue doing what we're doing, which is hang out every Wednesday and then hang out on the weekends.
I like
it. Hey, nothing wrong with that.
That arrangement sounds perfect.
I respect it. I'm just saying.
There's no pressure.
No, and I don't want to give y'all pressure other than saying.
Other than he
I
does.
do like. I just have the gift of being able to feel it and smell it.
After Aunt and Sammy,
I'm a pro.
I know. I give you credit because I was with you on that one, but I was like, lay off of him. Like, he wants to, but he ended up marrying her, and I was like, touche.
All right. Well, I want to ask, since Amanda has definitely joined us, I was wanting to ask Miller, I know that he listens to Rogan. Do you listen to any of these other indie podcasts that are kind of like in this circle jerk that we all have? Of shows.
The fam that was on Royal Rumble, I guess. That's basically
everybody. Only clips whenever Amanda plays them.
I do play him clips. I did make him listen to the Royal Rumble, like some of it.
Yeah,
I think, and like when Who's Right, when I get messages like, Amanda, you need to listen to Who's Right, because they're always fucking.
They had a whole episode where they like talked about how they didn't want to talk about you, and then they talked about you the whole time.
Yeah.
No, and all of
I was
the
like,
episodes
I'm so confused.
after that, they talk about me.
Yeah,
yeah. So what's up with that? What do you think?
That was so
what's
weird.
that all about?
Bruh, I don't know.
Bruh.
So I can talk to these people.
All right.
Thank you. I don't know. I think
they just want to be friends.
I think it brings entertainment to their show, and then it also brings entertainment towards my show.
Right.
Well, of course, it's a no lose for you.
It's a win-win.
Yeah,
because
100%.
it's a total win-win. but when not even talking about Who's Right, but whenever I let Miller, I didn't play the whole Royal Rumble. I did tell him the outcome, how I lost to a fucking 22-year-old.
I don't even understand how the winner, like, how was that even determined?
That was after we were gone.
The last one in.
It's just,
I don't understand.
It's just a roll of the dice.
I outlasted all these motherfuckers.
But like, who decides who? Yeah, it was just it must have just been a luck of the draw. Like, it's not like actual skill. There was nothing determining.
No, because if they would have weighed any.
I did not say anything that was super offensive or anything. Yeah. I think, I don't know.
It would have been either Almy or you that would have won that.
Yeah, it would have been definitely me or Jason. Because I let Miller listen to a part, where Dave was acting like he was Anthony, and they were like, oh, and Alme was like, so what do you think about Blunt Mommy? And Dave was like, Blunt Mommy's a whore.
Yeah,
right.
I remember that.
Asked another question, and it was, Blunt Mommy's a whore.
That's where I was like, my head was on the table. I'm like, what's happening? Why are they doing this?
Yeah, that's.
And Almy was at our house. I'm just like looking at him across the table, like, I don't. Just handle it. I don't know what's happening.
He's a pro.
No, I actually, I fucking loved it. I thought it was funny as fuck, and I was not offended in any way. Yes, it was so hard to fucking
Well, that's why I
keep
love
my
you.
mouth
'Cause
shut while I was on
like,
mute.
oh.
But and then when it was my turn, at 9, it was like 9:35. It was my turn, so that's when I popped in, and I was like, all right. And then I cracked some joke, and I was like, okay. Oh, it was to Alme, and I was like, okay, do you want to crack more jokes about calling me a whore?
Yeah, that's where I was like,
a continuous, boring thing.
Was that in reference to Dave and Anthony calling you a whore?
I don't know.
There was too much horror.
No, that
talk.
was in reference to when it was on Who's Right, where
it could have been a reference. I haven't asked Alme.
I'm pretty sure it was.
That could have been a reference.
I think that's
Dave. Okay, Dave is the one that told me that Who's Right called me a whore. So, and he's the one that kept calling me a whore. So, yes, it was probably more in reference to Who's Right.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Doug and Anthony. I said Dave and Anthony, but I meant Doug and Anthony.
And see, Miller and Doug had this whole weird thing going on.
We have beef that I don't know about.
No,
I think he likes to just start beef, like pretend beef with people just to stir the pot. Like, for sure. That's like their whole shtick.
I think what happened was somebody posted on Twitter under the Who's Right podcast, Twitter feed.
That's Doug. Doug does the Twitter.
So Doug said something like, Amanda really wants Doug.
What?
So I just responded to that tweet, and I said, fuck Doug. Or something like that.
I remember that, yeah.
Did you really?
All of a sudden, there's this big beef between me and Doug, and it was just a joke.
That's funny.
Well, that's all you've got to do, Miller. That's the part that is maddening for me, because I'm just not good at it. But all you have to do is give a glimmer to some of these shows, and boom, there's the avenue for some manufactured beef, and it's a win.
What are you talking about? You're not good at it, baby.
I get so mad that I end up scaring them into thinking I want to fight them.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
this is true. This is true facts.
I don't handle it.
We all thought when him and Jason got into that beef that like shit was going down.
I know. I was like, I told Randall, I'm like, that was calculated as fuck.
But it doesn't come across because the way I look, everybody's like, oh, that mean Viking Santa Claus is pissed.
I know. It's your resting bitch face.
It is.
Yeah, it's totally the resting bitch face.
That fucking 6-pack picture.
He terrifies everybody, and it's so hysterical to me.
Amanda, though, I give you credit because you see through it. I know Brooke sees through it because when you gave me the moniker, the White Knight moniker, that I didn't catch.
And you totally went over your head.
Yeah, it went over my head. I didn't catch it, but then now.
Well, let's ask Amanda though. What did you mean by the White Knight? Like that Randall was the White Knight.
Randall is the type of person that if he finds something like super offensive,
mm-hmm.
and I'm not going to say any...
Like, he'll try and stick up for you. He'll try and stick up for anybody that he feels like is being picked on, whether they can stick up for themselves or not. Like, he's going to try and thank you. Okay,
correctly.
Yeah.
And he has tried to be my White Knight also.
A lot of... he's like... Because you're like a little sister to us. Like, so
I know. And that was so sweet. And, I try to be, big and bad, and I know sometimes I'll text Miller or I'll come over here and I'll be like, oh my god, listen to what they said about me on this show.
Well, I can't even imagine. Like,
no, you got some thick skin.
Yeah,
I'll give you that. You got balls. I've always said it. You got huge stones.
But I was right, baby. On the I don't even know.
That's great. And
you
I don't
said
want to
something silly like you're.
I just didn't know, but I take that as a compliment, big time.
Of course.
I wish I could change it. I'm just not hard like some of these people that can just...
Well, you're just a very protective, like that's your nature.
but it's bit me in the ass.
Of course, baby. But nobody's going to really challenge you. Are you serious?
Well, no, but it's not comically funny because I know whenever I've.
That's why we're going to be the lamest ones on Almy's roast.
Bruh, I have not come up with y'all's roast. I have an idea, because you roast everybody.
I know.
I already have Jody B's, and I go hard. Like,
Jody loves
hard
it,
in the paint on Jody.
Jody's a champ. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
I know. He'll be fine. And, it's making fun of stuff. I'm going to make fun of myself also while I'm roasting Almy at one point.
Nice.
But yeah, there's and then there's some people that I don't even know. So I'm just not even going to roast them.
Well, that's where I'm at, Amanda's where I'm like, if I don't know them and I roast them, then I'm kind of being serious. Because I don't know enough.
No, if we were going to roast anybody else, it would be the people we know, like Jody or Amanda and
yeah, I'm not roasting anybody I don't know.
But we don't. Literally, Randall and I were talking about it last night. Like, as of right now, we're not going to roast anybody else but Almy. We're just going to be like, we're going to be the lamest of the whole roast.
I'm totally ready. Like, for our friends, like you and Jody and Wutsky and Almy.
Yeah.
I love it if they roast us.
Yes.
I love it. I think it's hilarious.
I'm gonna roast y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, I want you to. That's fantastic.
Well, and we got a little taste of Jody's.
And trust me,
I
it's
did too.
fucking fire. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I was laughing so hard. Randall was like, "You're laughing too hard at the shit about me."
Don't give it away though.
I'm not, of
Because
course.
he is a beast.
I'm not either.
I'm just saying, like, it's good. He's prepared and it's funny as shit. And that's why it even brought up the conversation of like, I mean, I was like, we're in. Like, I volunteered us and was like, Randall, get to work.
Well, so
small towns in it.
We don't know him.
So I know exactly how I'm going to roast them.
Yeah, we don't know him at all.
But like, there's 3 people that I don't know that are in the roast.
Who's the Simmons and whatever?
I'm literally just going to say their names and be like, who the fuck are you?
Well, I mean,
that's just as mean as anything else.
I mean, that's
funny.
one way.
Okay, I don't know who these people are. So
yeah, exactly.
Okay, it's a roast. I don't know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
So
I could, but we're not on that network. It's like a bunch of people from Almy and like hashtag no offense in them's network, I think.
Yeah, NSFW.
Yeah. So I mean, like, I don't know. I know Small Town Mentality because of the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like
Heavyweight Chumps.
Heavyweight Chumps though, I've actually like before the Royal Rumble, I knew them.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to roast their asses.
I like them.
I already got some shit lined up in my head.
Yeah, but there's some other ones that.
Well, so are you gonna roast your co-host Dave?
Yes.
Well, I wanted to ask you while I was thinking of it. Are you and Miller and Dave ever going to do what was he calling it? The Devil's Threesome? Of a show, not a real Devil's Threesome.
Sorry.
It'll happen. It'll definitely happen.
It has to happen for sure. And what time is it there when y'all record your podcast? Because I am baffled by how active he is on Twitter. And like the Royal Rumble and everything, I'm like,
literally,
he never sleeps.
Okay, that was my conclusion because there's no way he sleeps because it's tomorrow. It's like late afternoon tomorrow right now for him. And
yeah, I'm actually recording with him tomorrow night with Alme. And
really?
So yeah, I think it's gonna be 7 p.m. my time,
Jesus
which
Christ.
is it's
Probably in the morning for him.
It's in the morning for him.
So does he have a
next day.
job? Yeah, like it's always tomorrow in Australia. Like,
oh yeah, always tomorrow.
Pretty much.
Dave is always game for anytime I'm drunk and I FaceTime, call him. He's always game for it.
FaceTimed him. When was it?
Of course
Friday
he
night.
is, Amanda.
He didn't. He called us.
But we FaceTimed him, and it was probably 1:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
The next day.
Right.
He called. Actually, he didn't call us. We were at dinner, and Mark from My Worst Holiday, He gets drunk sometimes and likes to go into his basement and smoke his cigars and drink his whiskey, and then he'll just call a bunch of people on Facebook.
From My Worst Holiday? I don't know him.
You've never watched or listened to My Worst Holiday?
No.
Oh.
Should I?
Well, that's what he does. And so we were done eating dinner, and I was like, oh, well, they're still video chatting. So I joined in, and it was him and Dave. And I was like, what do you know? I was like, Mark is in his basement drinking whiskey and smoking a cigar. So, and then there's Dave. He doesn't have a shirt on.
He didn't have a shirt on at the Royal Rumble either.
Yeah, how did you get everyone to take their shirts off?
We peeked back in at the end of the Royal Rumble. Like, we were in bed, and like, I was like, babe, they're still in this chat. So like, I like went into it, and then everybody had their shirts off, and like,
all I saw was Wutsky.
Wutsky, Dave, like the Plunge podcast, like all of them were all like, I was just like,
it was me, Riley. Actually, Aaron came in for like 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, because he fell asleep.
And I was like, bro, you can't talk to us right now unless you take your shirt off.
Oh yeah, that wasn't gonna happen. Well, like, and that's what Randall was like, hang up.
Yeah, so I mean that I will announce something. I'm just gonna have to use my fucking company laptop. But I will announce something in my next episode. So
okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be a new show. Like
Jesus, Amanda.
It's gonna be under Blunt Mommy, but it's gonna be like a every 2 week kind of show.
Damn, girl, do your thing. Now you're on like 6 podcasts all the time.
Fuck. It's exhausting.
Very interesting.
You're in high demand.
You need to start charging some of these people that are using the Blunt Mommy likeness and jumping on the coattails.
Copyright that shit, girl.
Deal. I do need to start charging some motherfuckers.
Yeah, an appearance fee. I mean, fuck that.
Yeah, I know. Just for me being on the show, I need like $50.
At least pay for your time.
No, but it's all cool. I enjoy it.
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, especially, with you guys and like talking to Dave. Dave's always fun, and he talks about whatever.
Mm-hmm. No, you guys are great. So, I like you. You guys are a good pair together.
I dig the show. I said it first time I listened. It's an easy listen, which is how I gauge what I like.
Yeah.
So I enjoy it.
You guys are like the equal amount of silliness, and like you get each other, like for the podcasting purposes. Like, it's fun.
What's funny is the two of you could be talking about ass plugs and nipple clamps, and it's so nonchalant between you two, which is what's funny to me, because it's like nothing, like it's just like talking about politics or something.
Or talking about grocery shopping or something.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. We just talk about shit.
Yeah, it's just whatever. It's everyday shit,
All right, well, I want to wrap it up with one last question, and I just put this out on Twitter. I know Amanda voted no on the socks. Never wear socks during sex. Where does Miller come in on that one?
I feel like I wear my socks all the time.
No, you don't.
You make me take them off?
You don't wear socks.
There's no shame in socks.
I'm positive.
I've worn the socks before.
Randall's worn socks plenty of times and I mean, I don't even notice until after, because my feet don't come anywhere near his during.
Yeah, you always take your socks off.
He's like, interesting.
No, don't change it.
Yeah, hey.
I heard it makes you come better.
Boom.
Oh, yeah.
Science. That should be y'all's next cover picture, though.
Is
Miller with socks on. But, blur it out, whatever you want to.
Dick all out.
Yeah. Fuzz that or whatever you want to do, but he should only be in socks.
Whole screen.
I can get a cover photo. Believe me, I can get that.
Yeah, y'all need to make that happen. We're not quite so naughty to do that, but Randall does leave his socks, because you'll just be like, you wear socks like
everywhere. I'm like the opposite of you guys that wear them nowhere. I wear them everywhere.
Got to put your tootsies on, man.
Yeah,
I just don't like my feet to be dirty. am weird about.
See, I'm from Pineville, so I'll walk outside barefooted like all the time.
Yeah, you're some Britney Spears. Britney Spears walk into damn gas station shitters barefooted.
No, I don't do that. I mean, like if I go outside to smoke a cigarette, you know, sometimes I don't feel like putting on shoes. Or like one day when I didn't bring comfortable shoes, you know, because on the weekend, like night, I'll stay at Miller's. I didn't bring comfortable shoes. So I wore these really high stiletto boots. Well, the next day, I'm obviously not putting these bitches on.
To just go outside and smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, I ran barefooted to the car.
Yeah, well, I just I'm barefoot like in the house like a lot. And Randall's like, you're a cave woman. I'm walking I'm like in the kitchen with no socks on.
No, but I mean, I'm an open book. I'm a puss in so many ways. When we go to the beach, I can't stand for my feet to touch the bottom of the ocean.
Oh yeah, he wears like water shoes.
Water socks, aqua socks.
Water shoes?
Yes, he does.
Aqua socks.
Are they the ones with the toes or the ones without the toes?
No, without the toes. They're garbage.
They're like $3 Walmart ones, but
I've even worn my flip-flops in the ocean when I didn't have aqua socks.
Because he's like, it's like mashed potatoes.
It's hairy mashed potatoes.
That's the lake. The ocean is not hairy mashed potatoes.
It is fucking gross, but it's just like, get over it.
It's the ocean. It's supposed to feel like that. Like I don't know.
Babe, I mean, you know me. I'm just a freak.
I know you.
I'm a weird motherfucker.
I'm just saying.
If there was an option, I would have socks bolted on my legs.
Oh my God, Randall.
All right, but so here's the real question, because this is the new poll that just went out. Is
you put another one?
Yeah,
out?
if your partner accidentally farts during sex,
Randall,
do you acknowledge the fart? Or do you ignore the fart? I want to hear Miller first.
A fart out of your butt.
It could be anywhere. If it's accidental.
The skin farts, like when they the sweat up against each other, it always makes me giggle.
What about you, Miller?
There are different kinds. Okay.
Well, yes, of course there are.
I mean, if it's a violent, atrocious, smelly fart, of course.
There's a queef fart.
Well, sure.
That's just noise.
Some air gets trapped in the puss, and you force it out.
That's just
funny. That should be like a trophy for guys.
That's just funny.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And cool for me.
That makes me laugh.
And I kind of ignore it.
I think I've done it once.
I always giggle.
Once. But I get quick to the changing moves, and I don't know if you've ever noticed.
I don't know. If I heard it, I noticed. But and then there's the butt toot.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Like the accidental butt release.
That's a different category. That's a relationship ender for me.
I love it.
I know. I like it.
That's so funny.
You're telling me your ex-girlfriend never farted in front of you?
No, I told her that on the first date.
We don't fart in front of each other.
Dude, me and Miller, bro. We're bros.
Well, yeah, we don't. As far as Randall knows, I don't poop.
She doesn't poop. She's like a ninja.
Never met a girl that poops.
I absorb it into my body.
I don't know about it. I don't want to know about it.
So I've never had sex with anybody that's farted during. Now our dog on the
restaurant. I don't want to know what the fucking garbage routine.
Yeah, but what our dog has farted foul in the room while we're having sex all the time.
The nasty bastard.
All the time. It's offensive, but it's not either one of us. It's evident that it's him.
All right, so Miller, if it was like for real, like just say you and Amanda go out and you're eating the deer roast and pinto beans and cornbread and all this shit, and y'all are getting it on, and she just lets a real small one, accidental as fuck.
Subtle.
Fired.
Are you firing her on the spot? Like, nope, sorry, babe. It was fun while it lasted.
I probably ignore it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I know.
If it's not flagrant.
If it was an intentional, like, hey, check this out.
Oh.
Agreed.
Yeah, you can't, because
I would not be okay with that.
Nope. I mean, my boner would go away.
Right. No, that's
atrocious.
I don't need any extra help on that.
And see, I already voted on that poll and I think I voted yes, that like if Miller accidentally farted, I cannot hold it in. I would acknowledge it. I would laugh, and I would still get my fuck on.
Yeah.
Like, to me, it's not a big deal. I mean, I've had 2 serious boyfriends, and I've lived with one of them. So obviously, we did do that around each other.
Not obviously, though.
I don't fart in front of Brooke.
I've had both sides of the coin. I'm just going to tell you, my ex-husband
was a farter.
He would like Dutch oven me, and I'm like,
okay, so
I don't want to have sex with you.
Kyle did that shit.
Like it's not, that's a turn off. Like and over the years, I mean, I was with the dude for like 10 years, and like over the years, I'm like, all I do is smell your fucking ass.
And those guys,
I don't want to have sex with you. It's such a turn off. And at the end, I was just like, bye.
Is that not bad game, Miller? Like that
the fucking relationship ender?
It could have been. I mean, like just building up over the years. Like it was a factor.
How can you think that you're attractive if you're raising up your leg, honey?
And he would fart on me, and babe, I appreciate you.
Okay, that's just atrocious.
It is
atrocious.
That's just no bueno.
It is.
You don't have to fart on somebody.
Right. Fellas, if you're listening, don't fucking do that. It's not a good look.
And if you're a girl, don't say, honey, I got to go take a shit.
I have never farted.
Don't do that either.
Or shit at Miller's place.
God bless you. Yeah.
Champion.
Yeah, and it's just, I don't know.
You're keeping it sexy. That's what I like. We fuck a lot. We think it's important. And people that start farting are throwing in the towel on true, like, romantic fucking. And that's when you're headed down the shitter. I agree with Miller.
I want to keep that shred of modesty and like mystery and sexiness. Like that, I want to keep that as long as possible. I mean, like the birthing a child in front of you was the worst it can get.
Ew.
I mean, like I had a C-section, but like, fuck me.
I did too. My mom saw it.
I saw it.
No, Randall was there.
Out.
I made Randall stand up and take a picture. I was like, if I'm getting sawed in half, motherfucker, you're taking a picture.
Yeah, we have a picture of her guts being put out on her stomach.
It's so gross.
I love it.
I remember when they took Aiden out and like they were pushing him out, and I was like, Mom, what does it look like? And she was like, you don't want to fucking know.
No, I told her.
I already know. They pull out all of your shit.
All your guts are laying on your stomach next to it. Yeah, no, I've got a picture. It's fucking amazing. No, and the nurse was like, I'll tell you when it's okay to take a picture if you want to. Randall was like, you don't want a picture, do you? I was like, fuck yes, I do.
Hey, and let me interrupt and say this. That is nothing. I will take that all day. If you raise your leg and rip a fart on me.
No, but
that's a huge difference.
No, but they still. Well, mine was an emergency C-section.
I know.
So we were going in there planned of having it.
Yeah, so was mine.
Yeah, so I still had to get the enema. Randall was sleeping on the windowsill.
Wait, I didn't get an enema. I forget
room.
Gunner. Okay, Gunner's 4.
He's
so
5.
Aiden is 14.
Yeah.
So I never got an enema.
Oh yeah, well, because it was like, oh, you're going to be pushing later today, so like 5 a.m. Wakey, wakey, let's do an enema. Oh, it was good times. And
that was the Lord at work.
It was, they came in and
having me be asleep.
They came in and broke my water, which was like 75 gallons of water. And then they were like, here, let's put a fire hose up your ass. And I was like, hang on. If he moves a fucking inch, you better fucking flip my ass over. Like I was the most nervous I've ever been in my life of Randall to wake up and see that. Like, because I was like, he's never going to have sex with me again if he wakes up and sees whatever's happening here.
I just know, Mom, like, they were pushing on me so hard, and I was like, Mom, I can't breathe. And she was like, baby.
Oh, that's when they push the baby out when you have a C-section. They're like, hang on, you're not going to be able to breathe for a second.
They pulled out some of your stuff. She did not go into detail.
Well, and they push down on the top of your stomach, like, and I saw it on like a talk show like a couple weeks later, and I was like, that's what that was, because like they like do this little tiny incision down by your hoo-ha, and then like they put their hand in, put it underneath the baby's head, and then someone pushes up by the top of your belly, which is kind of just like it pops the baby right out of that little hole. Like, it's incredible.
See, what's good nowadays is like, I mean, half the guys that I've been with don't even know that I've had a C-section. It's like my scar is so tiny, and my mom had 2, and her scar is literally like hip to hip.
Oh God, yes. Mine's like, it's like, fuck.
It's minuscule. I don't even see it.
You can't even see it. The only reason I can see it is because like you had that little speed bump, you know, like it's like no matter how flat I get my stomach, it's never going to be.
You had that little bitty indentation where the scar is.
It's never going to be completely flat because it's always going to go bloop bloop. Like right there.
Yeah. Miller, have you ever seen mine or noticed mine? Yeah, he's never.
Yeah, Randall's face is down there all the time, and he.
So is Miller's, and he's never even noticed it.
And it's
Did you just find out that my kid got cut out of me?
No.
Oh,
you told me that.
Okay.
But,
it's like I swear it's like a 3-inch scar. Like it's not even. It's so tiny. It's impressive.
It's so tiny. Like the things they do with like medicine these days.
No, it's incredible. I can't believe that my child came out of that tiny little scar.
I'm gonna be
either, because how big was Gunner?
He was 6 pounds, 7 ounces.
Big,
yeah.
Aiden was 8 pounds.
Holy shit.
Gunner was supposed to be. They kept telling me he was going to be 8 or 9 or whatever pounds, but I just was full of fucking water. I was humongous, full of water, and Gunner was like 6 pounds. And
I carried water like a motherfucker. I just had a big, huge watermelon.
I had huge belly, tits, and ass.
You know, I gained 33 pounds, which is not bad.
I gained 40.
It was all baby and water.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, the most interesting part of this whole podcast to me is that Miller also agrees that farting is a relationship ender. That's my takeaway.
I was going to recap on that.
That's the tip of the hat for you.
The fact that you guys have made it known not to fart around each other and not shit around each other keeps things, you know, romantic.
Yes.
I feel I totally appreciate that, because my last serious relationship, you know, we did whatever. But I mean, you know, with Miller and I,
you're not with that person anymore.
Around him, I've never shit around him. So
yeah, it keeps I only know from my experience. I've had both sides. I never did any of that in front of my ex either, because I just never have. I just don't. It's not me. I'm not even one to do it in like front of my girlfriends. Like I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's fellas. It's just
people overlook it. I'm telling you, people act like it's nothing. Those little things are what make all the difference.
Right. Like it's the crossing the line. Because yes, we're best friends. Like for sure. And I know it's cheesy and stupid, like whatever. But like we're best friends. Not like that, bro. Like
yeah. I mean, Miller and I are pretty close.
Yeah.
We're pretty, I mean, we're pretty close friends. I know a lot of stuff about him that probably his friends don't know, and he knows a lot of shit about me that a lot of people don't know.
Yeah, but you also fuck each other and want to like to see each other, and you want to you want it.
Yeah, I want him to see me naked, and I want his dick to want to go in my vagina. So
and I want to eat that butt.
Yeah,
and
you can't have that thing farting, bro.
And you don't want to think about him moving. That's exactly right.
Especially Miller being such a ferocious ass eater.
Right,
bro. We're so ass eaters, and he's the one that got me into it.
That's incredible.
I've been eating ass since 06.
Wowzers!
It is my favorite thing. I can honestly say that.
Wow.
So you prefer to eat the ass or have the ass eaten, or both?
I prefer to eat the ass.
Oh.
I love to eat his ass.
Well then.
Y'all are sinners.
I know. I like ask him. I'm like, can I eat your ass? I love doing it.
And that's even more for the argument of leave the butt toots out of it completely.
Right.
That is true.
I mean, yeah.
If you want that place to be a palate.
If you want that place to be like, your appetizer.
Yeah.
Leave it.
Well,
I want space to be the White House dinner room.
Yeah.
I'm also, though, I'm impressed with Miller's political knowledge. I'll be honest. I knew that he knew politics, but I'm impressed.
We didn't even get into the shit that I really like.
Uh-oh.
Well, that is.
We'll have to.
Yeah, we can have you on anytime you want, brother.
I know. We'll have to do this again. We gotta we gotta find out a way to do it.
Well, we can do it again, or Amanda, you can set up. We'll come on y'all's show.
Yeah.
Wait, you said y'all's show.
When Miller's over there with you, so we can all talk.
Well, I'll be at Miller's house,
or
and
we can
then
do
we
it
can
from
all
there.
talk.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, we'd love to shoot the shit with
you can come on
y'all
Blunt
again.
Mommy or one of your other.
Well, yeah,
12
you've got
podcasts.
6 shows, Amanda. You're on.
I'm only on 2.
Oh, podcast champion.
I know.
Look, I try to, go big, go home. Opportunities present itself.
Hey, you better not be doing another show with Chris. That better not be the announcement.
No, that's not the announcement. Fuck no. That's not the announcement, I promise.
God. We would have an intervention.
I know people would probably stop listening to me.
We'd be like, sorry.
Twitter followers dropped.
Oh, shit.
Downloads dropped.
Hey, well, we will, let's do it again. We'll set it up, we'll talk, and we'll do it again. You're going to be of course, on the Almy roast coming up, so.
When is that?
I don't know.
Like, asked Dave yesterday. I think it's like 2 weeks away.
But we're all recording it separate, I think.
They're not sure. They'll probably do a little bit of both. Some people will send in pre-recorded, and then they'll have a live version too.
I'm doing live.
Oh, that's your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
You can do that.
It depends on the time and the day, I guess, for us.
What day is Valentine's Day?
February 14th.
I know what the date is.
Hold on.
Oh, God damn it.
Why
are you asking about Valentine's Day?
Because I want to know what day that is.
You're weirding me out.
Is it a Tuesday?
Thursday.
Oh, it's on a Thursday. So close. We could have done a joint Valentine's Day podcast.
Well, we still can. We can just call it and release it on Valentine's. We can do it on Wednesday, and then Amanda can release it on Valentine's.
Yep.
Boom.
All right.
I'm totally down. Great idea, Miller. We'll do that, and it'll be a Blunt Mommy episode.
Yeah.
Y'all don't have to record for me, though.
We can do that, and we'll send it to you. We can record it and then send it to you.
Sweet. Awesome sauce.
Beautiful. Well, all right, we're going to let you guys run. We're going to go and bang one out, and I'm sure y'all are, too.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, we're going to watch a show and then, bang it out. Lick some butthole there, here and there.
Butt stuff.
Well, all right, y'all.
Stuff.
Well, y'all take it sleazy.
All right, you too.
We'll holler at you. Yeah, we love y'all. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.